I can't believe it. How can this be real? Somehow, we're living in a world where it's more popular to wear something that looks like this over something that looks like this. As authors and artists of speculative fiction began to envision the future 100 years ago, their biggest surprise today would be how boring it is. These visionaries were operating under the stylistic movements of their time, and they assumed the future would follow a similar pattern. It must have kicked into high gear around the 2010s, and now it's reaching a boiling point. Whether it's gadgets, cars, or graphic design, it's all getting so low effort, mass-produced, and just plain dull. Are these glasses rose-tinted, or has design taken a serious turn for the worse?
Send texts.
Hey Google, send message to Layla.
Check out and take calls right from your Google Pixel Watch.
Hey, can I call you back?
Google Health by Fitbit. Only on the Google Pixel Watch.
In 1974, Casio would release their Casiotron, an early digital watch and the first to feature a day-date complication that would automatically adjust for different length months. The brand would follow the Casiotron with a long line of iconic, innovative, and brilliantly designed pieces. So like their contemporaries who were envisioning a science fiction future in writing and film, Casio was a product of the stylistic movements of their time, while at the same time ushering in the future. Their timepieces are boldly maximalist, displaying their complications and features proudly, like advertisements imprinted right into the product. Rather than using flat surfaces and smooth transitions, look at the myriad of materials, grooves, bumps, and edges, both sharp and rounded. Casio isn't afraid to slap their branding right on the dial, a practice now seen as tacky. In fact, I remember when smartphone manufacturers started moving away from printing their logo on the face of their device and opted for a more buttoned-up design. Around the same time, physical buttons were removed from the front of the device entirely, with the touchscreen swallowing up everything. The result? Every device is simply a big glass surface with no differentiating features. Even in the world of smartphones, different brands used to be easily identifiable. Now you need to get up close to tell these rectangular glass clones apart. And am I crazy to think that many of these older, so-called clunkier smartphones are actually easier on the eyes than their successors? Then we have the entire suite of personal and household gadgets the smartphone rendered obsolete. Think of it, 20 years ago, you may have had a phone, camera, watch, an MP3 player, computer, an alarm clock. All these devices singular in their purpose, intentionally designed for maximum functionality, while being beautiful enough to display on a shelf. Just look at alarm clocks of the 20th century, a mundane device that was transformed into something more attractive by designs that made them just as worthy a showpiece as a tool. Car dashboards were an ornately decorated assortment of dials, switches, and buttons, all replaced by these protruding touchscreens. Not only is this advancement unsightly, it eliminates the experience of haptic feedback in exchange for sterilized touchscreen taps. The wristwatch is the ultimate example of an everyday tool rendered as a work of art. Because why shouldn't the objects we look at every day be easy on the eyes?
The owner of this Apple Watch has taken a hard fall. The emergency location is latitude 47.7, longitude minus 117.5.
Time to get tough. G-Shock. Casio.
What's the cause of all this? It's almost like designers and their executive handlers are terrified of the accusation of lacking subtlety, of being too loud or garish. Technological consolidation into one or two devices instead of dozens have eliminated the need for thoughtful, specific design, and for the loud labeling we saw in the past. After all, it wouldn't make sense to print the words alarm chronograph on a device that can surf the web. As the world has become more interconnected, ideas are converging, and it would seem design with it, leading to a world that's flatlining, making all of our stuff, and maybe eventually us, all the same.
There's no pain. Suddenly, while you're asleep, they'll absorb your minds, your memories, and you're reborn into an untroubled world.
Where everyone's the same?
Exactly.
What a world.
It's sad to see the future richly imagined in the 20th century hasn't come to pass. Are the smartphone, smartwatch, and touchscreenization the ultimate futurism? Every tool you could ever need conveniently in one device. But how can this be the ideal we've been striving for when it's so damn ugly?
I don't want any part of it.
You're forgetting something, Miles.
What's that?
You have no choice.